Let's start. A warm welcome to our Masters, Brother Huang, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe to Saturday Hualien Dharma Talk. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Today, I would like to share a short accepted Master's speech to pledge from the inner heart, educate the masses. To oneself, remind ourselves in every day. To others, be harmonious and make friends to increase affinity. Everyone should cultivate oneself to be bodhisattva, to give without asking for returns. Whether it's this or the next life, for every life rhymes, get close to others. Pledge from the heart. Educate others, forming affinities. This is the thought of the Buddha, transmitting from heart to heart. The Buddha set a role model to come to earth to educate the masses. We are all here to learn what Buddha is going to teach. How we act, cultivate needs to be passed down from generations to generations. Ga'en to Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Sangha land be free from disaster and peace prevail in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate with love. May there be no suffering hereafter.
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disaster in the world. Let us together pray for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body and enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our masters to lead us in paying homage to the Triple Gems. Let us pay our respect for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng Yen by making 3 sincere vows. Please rise, palms together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abode Masters who could join us today. Okay, today we have three sharers, Brother Huang, as usual, on the Dharma Insights, and followed by Sister Hui Yee on the beautiful transformation. And we have Brother Jee sharing on the beauty of group cultivation. Okay, now I'll hand over to Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary. Sister Su Ching, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sister Lily. Give me a sec. All right. Okay, this is long, because there were a lot of sharers. So we had Brother Joe Huang last week, and he said, Brother Joe reflects on lessons shared before to strengthen roots, not rush through sacred law. In chapters where great bhikkhus' roles were defined, he questions traits that shape the teacher's mind. Each mentor bears the weight of Dharma's light. Without their care, its flames fade into night. Though flawed, they grow, adjust through patient years, refine their flaws, dissolve doubts, and conquer fears. This week, the sutra speaks of hearts aligned, 80,000 souls with purpose intertwined. Rise humbled, heads bowed low at the Buddha's feet. Their circling steps a vow of devotion sweet. To learn, then teach, their mission clear and vast, not for themselves, but futures holding fast. With minds like vessels open, pure and true, the stage is set. What next will wisdom brew? Then we have Sister Sharon, who is in Eswatini. Through storms and rain, they sowed again, with hands of hope through loss and pain. A garden grew, a home was made, where hungry hearts found love displayed. Sugar beans and cabbage bright, bell peppers shining in the light. For a volunteer with a drunken past, now left behind, in soil and roots, new peace to find. Tools are sacred, yet hands are strong. Together the volunteers will right the wrong. A gift of greens when hope seemed low, a timely sign to let love grow. With every step, a life was changed. A heart once lost, now rearranged. The bamboo bank is a simple way to give a bit to light the well-worn way. With love, with unity and love so true, there is little that the Eswatini team cannot do. Okay, then we had a collection of brothers and sisters who spoke about the Bintulu flood victims project. Sister Wan Tian spoke of a chance to give in Bintulu where kind hearts live. Through flood and loss, the volunteers lent a hand. With hope and love, they took a stand. Some cleaned their homes around where they stay and extended help to their neighbors to find their way. Among the Ibans, bonds were made. It is in unity that no fear remained. Here we have Brother Wei Jin, who said, from February 7 to 9, the volunteers flew to aid. Through midnight flights, their plans were laid. With team surveying, hands held tight, bringing hope through the darkest night. Brother Wei Jin logged each family's plight. Grateful his own world was bright. Disaster strike, both rich and poor. So give with love, expect no more. And we had Brother Robert. The floods had struck around when Chinese New Year began, yet helped arrive even before the feasts were done. Over 300 strong from near and wide, stood as one, worked side by side. Some welcome aid with smiles so bright, some asked for proof, unsure at sight. 5,000 homes, each need was heard, with love not race as the guiding word. Sister Effie, she shared on February 23rd, they gave with cheer, a chance to serve both bright and clear. The hardest task was reaching all, yet love found ways to heed the call. Each volunteer a boat so small, yet each one mattered to the whole. Familiar faces, bonds made strong, with joy and gratitude all along. And lastly, Sister YY said, the hall was set in just an hour, with teamwork strong, a seamless power. Sister YY checked each name with care, as gratitude filled the busy air. 2 sessions ran, the crowd was vast, yet kindness made the moments last. With bamboo banks, they gave their share, a ripple of love spread everywhere. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for listening. I'll hand over to Brother Chin to introduce the next speakers. Over to you, Brother Chin.
And Sister Su Ching for the great summary, as always. Good morning, brothers and sisters. So welcome to another Saturday morning session, sharing session. So we now hand over the platform to Brother Joe, who is going to share with us the Dharma Insights, and I presume the continuation on the Sutra Infinite Meanings. Brother Joe?
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. And once again, many thanks to Sister Su Ching for the wonderful recitation of last week's sharing, and also the beautifully written poetry and poems. I think that's something that, as I mentioned before, it's very unique to this group, because we do have a chance to get to review, and also through the beautifully written words that we're able to, you know, get a little bit deeper into this, and sort of remind us of what we had heard and also listened to before. So today we're continuing on our journey to better and have a different perspective on the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. We are progressing, as I mentioned before, that one of the most important thing is I always will try to do a brief review, and it will probably take about 1/3 at least of the time, because I think it's important to get through, and also important to make sure that the foundation is solid. Once the foundation, once the building blocks are solid, then we are able to build on top of it the new content. So it's important to sort of be reminded of what was said before, and that's a way sort of building forward and building ahead to the next part. So briefly, previously, on the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, we were talking about who can be the good teachers, and all these we actually talked about. We talked about each individual. I picked out these few ones. Just wanted to point out that each one of them have their special direction where they wanted to focus on, and what the Buddha, it might not be the Buddha, but at least from the way that all the stories were passed on to us, to the future generation, we were able to sort of get a glimpse into how each one of them became, the famous disciples. And through their names and their stories, I think we were able to sort of get to know that who they are. And it's giving us this good picture where they all have something good, something that's special about them, but they also have some downfalls. And I think this is what the whole main theme is these sages, these important, very, very famous disciples and followers, they're somewhat imperfect. I mean, we're all imperfect, but in a way that we all have this potential. It's up to us to see if we want to explore and possibly make the best use of it. And through the journey, they will learn to adjust and make up for what they're not good in, making progress on self-betterment. And I think that's very important. That's something that we are focusing on. And they're accumulating experience and knowledge to teach others so that they can self-adjust and self-improve. And this is something that I think is actually very true. I mean, if you think about being a student, I mean, you are coming to classroom to learn. And most people most students will just follow the lead of the teacher, right? The teacher says, read this, the student will read it. The teacher says, do this and do this work and do this research, the students will do this, right? And there are only a few of the students will actually take the initiative to do more learning, right? I'm reading something that I don't need to read, but I want to because I want to learn more. I'm reading something that's related to the topic, but the teacher didn't tell me to read it, but I'm still reading them. So that's actually showing initiative. But for teachers, it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Not only are you accumulating the experience to teach the students, not only are you learning to be a good teacher, but you're also learning to different tools that you can have to teach the students. So the teachers are also splitting into different types, right? There's a type where you just follow through. You just do everything that you need to do. You just do all the things that's required of you to do, right? You show up and you take care of the students, you take care of the class, and you make sure that they know the material and you give them the test. That's what you do. But there are other teachers who will actually explore different things, making sure that their students not only know the material, but they're very good at it and they can really use it, etc. Right? So teachers are the same way as students. There are students with high initiative that really want to do something and learn. And then there are teachers that are also like that. So this is all going through that as you are learning to be a better you, whether you are a student or you're a teacher. On the journey to become the better you, you are gaining experience, you're gaining knowledge, and you are adjusting yourself and you're making yourself better. And that is the process of cultivation. That is the process of spiritual practicing. That is what it is. And so this is something that we talked about last time. So we are now in section 7 of chapter 1. So we've gone through all these content, right? Tens of thousands, 80,000 bodhisattva, mahasavas, and all these content that we have gone through before. It's all speaking the same theme, that in order to make sure that the Dharma gets passed on to the future generation, right? Not only does one have to be a good practitioner, one has to be a good student of the Dharma. You also have to be a good teacher of the Dharma. And a good student doesn't always make a good teacher, but a good student has a very good potential to become a good teacher. Just that the teacher has to guide them to become better than just the students, right? So in chapter 7, last time we talked about what it means to have the settled mind. And we continue on, right? We talk about different sages, how they learn, but it's important that they are ready to learn, right? So they set with settled minds, and the right mindset is necessary. And what this means is that it's important that everybody comes to the classroom. Teacher knows their role, which is to teach. Students knows their role, which is to learn. And I think it's very important that the environment is fit for both these roles, right? So together with 80,000 bodhisattva mahasavas in the assembly, he rose from his seat and went to where the Buddha was. And so they're making these great vows, and they are determined to learn. They're learning from the greatest teacher of all, which is the Buddha, and they're vowing to be the future teachers. And I think that's very important. So their actions show that they're humbling. They're showing that they're giving into the teaching. I mean, you could always question the teacher, but it doesn't mean that you don't have faith in the teacher. Questioning the teacher means that you have questions that you want to ask. It does not mean that you're challenging, but all these students, they are humbling. They're giving into teachings. So then they are openly receiving the teachings in the most respectful way. And so all this is talking about attitude. It's important that you have the right attitude, because you are not just learning for yourself. You're learning to be the teacher. You're learning for the future generation, and you're learning to continue the teaching. I think this is important. I cannot stress this. I cannot stress this enough, because imagine this, right? If you're a student and you are learning. You are learning because you have to, because there's a test coming up, because you have to do a report, because you have to do a research paper, because you have to, lead a discussion group next week. So that's why you're learning, right? But it's very different from if you're learning because your attitude takes you to be the teacher of the future. If you have this, if you have this goal, if you have this objective, that is to become the teacher, then your learning attitude is going to be very different. And that's what this is talking about, right? You are learning to be the teacher. That's already going to be different. You are not just learning so that you can pass the test. You are learning to be, I'm going to be able to teach other people what I learned today. So not only are you listening for the material, you are following and you're learning the way that the teacher teaches. So that's the different attitude that I'm talking about. Do you know the role that you are playing? Do you know the type of person or the type of role that you are fitting into? You need to know. And if you don't know, then you're just there. You are just breathing. You're just living. But if you know what your future objective is going to be, then you're going to have a very, very different attitude. So very simple analogy we have. I'm sure, it's simple to get, but for this, I think it's very important that if you are, say, saving up money to buy that dream house, to buy that dream home, I think there's going to be very different. Every time that you're doing something, it's accumulating a little bit to your pile, to your bank account. And because one day you're going to buy that home, buy that dream home, you are not just saving money. You are not just working for money, for pay, for living. You are working for that dream. That's different. Okay, so that's something that I wanted to bring out. That's something that we talked about last week. So this week we're going to be continuing on, and we're going to continue on these sutra contents. So the sutra says, they scatter celestial flowers and burn celestial incense, while celestial garments, celestial strings of jewels, and priceless celestial treasures came spiraling down from the sky, gathering from all directions, and were offered to the Buddha. Now, the word that's used here is celestial, right? It's a lot of something that comes from the heaven. So we think about it as like heavenly flowers, right? Something that comes from the graces from above, heaven, right? Celestial incense, celestial garments, celestial strings of jewels, celestial treasures. So that's what you sort of figure, right? What does this all mean? So this part is talking about speaking verses of praise. So we are here in this part, it's praising. We are praising. And the way that you praise, there are two ways you can praise. One is you humble yourself. By lowering yourself, you are essentially heightening the other party. But at the same time, not only are we humbling ourselves, but we're also elevating the other, the Buddha. So then there is an even bigger difference between the teacher and the students. And why is that? As I mentioned, making sure everybody knows their role. And I think this is important. Too often that when we are very close to someone, we overlook the importance. We overlook the person that they are, okay? So for example, I remember, this is very, very long time ago. I think more than 20 years ago. I was still in the United States, and I was still in America. And there was a student, I was in Tzu Chi already, and there was a question that was raised during the camp, during the retreat. And they asked the question, who is the most famous person you know? And so obviously, you start thinking, and I was thinking, oh, in my line of work, who did I know, right? In my line of work, who is the most famous person? So I was thinking, could it be this person? Could it be the president of, at the time I worked for this company, and is it somebody, or is somebody, this person win all these prize, all these awards, etc. And I was thinking about, while I was, traveling abroad, maybe somebody that I knew. So, in our small group, and people are writing down who they were, and obviously there, you have to show people who you write down. And so I, wrote down some names, and then, the group leader gathered everybody, and then we go through the names. And one of the names that came out was Master Cheng Yen. And I was thinking, well, why didn't I think that was one of the most famous person I know? Probably the most famous of all the people that I come in contact with, right? I didn't realize that, because I think it was so normal that I see her at the time in America. I see her on TV, but I see Master Cheng Yen as a spiritual leader, but I never thought of her as one of the most famous person I know. Okay, so why is that? Because it's so become a household. Like, you just know this person. And unfortunately, we don't, that's very good, but unfortunately, we overlook the importance of this person because it's become so household. This is an important person and carries an important message. However, because Master is so close to us that we overlook the importance. And so same thing with the teachings. This is something that wasn't there before. The teachings were not there in our lives before. Now we have it. And so we take it, I don't want to say take it for granted, but we overlook that the importance of having this. So praises are very important. It shows you that this is something that's very special. This is something that requires your attention. This is something that requires you treasuring, requiring you to take additional care, because this is very important. Don't just overlook it just like any other day or any other person or any other lesson. It's not. It's something that you should take additional care for. So all these praises are setting up this feeling that don't overlook this. This is important. Okay? Just like Tzu Chi, right? I think the other day I was in a different meeting, and I was listening to some of our scholars from the more prestigious schools here in Taiwan. And they mentioned that with very sincere and heartfelt emotion, they tell us how important Tzu Chi is to not just Taiwan, but to the world, because they see the pricelessness. They see that it's bringing so much to the society, so much that Tzu Chi cannot fail. Tzu Chi is so important to this world that it cannot fail. Therefore, they are coming in with their specific knowledge to try to help that, making sure that Tzu Chi's operations and the teachings can be sustainable. And a lot of times, I think that emotion, that feeling is even more so than people from within the organization. Because you come here and you think of this as a job. You come here and you do what you're asked to do. It's a good thing. You're doing something positive, but it doesn't mean that you cherish it like it's the most precious jewel. You take it as a job. You take it as something that it will be good. It's good to have, but it's there. But when you sort of praise, when you have all these people, when you have the kings and the lords of the courts and all the important people praising, it raises the entirety, it raises the level, and it all of a sudden makes you think, am I overlooking, am I not understanding how important this is? And that's a very important reminder, okay? So we should always be reminded, yes, the Dharma is right next to us. Yes, it's very everyday. It's everyday stuff that we should learn and we should take and we should keep close to us. But it's also very precious. It's something that probably wasn't around for 2,000 years. And we are now finally walking on it. Yes, it's something that's everyday-ish, something that is very normal, something that we can see every day, but it doesn't mean that it's precious. It's something that we should cherish and we should something that's treasure a lot. Okay, so that's why all these segments are talking about celestial flowers and celestial garments, because it's trying to tell you that you might not think it's important, but the heavenly beings, the great princes and prince and all the kings, all the people that have already accomplished so much, they are praising, they are offering to the Buddha. That shows you the importance, the stature of Buddha. And it makes normal and ordinary people like me will look at Buddha with a different light. Now you will come here and you will try to be more humbling. You will try to learn. The attitude, the environment will help you get into the mood of learning. Okay, so that's what this all is. The praises are there to make sure everybody's settled. Some of you, some of the people there in attendance might have different experiences and background, and they might be coming here and saying, well, I don't think you can teach me very much. I'm a very learned person. I'm a very famous professor. But the more you look at the people around you, they have accomplished so much, they have done so much, they have so much, and then they're offering completely to this Buddha. That must mean that this Buddha is someone that is much, much more than what I think he is. So I need to have my attitude changed. So something like this will help the entire Sangha or the entire audience to fit into the right mindset. Okay, so attitude is very important, right? Celestial serving dishes, celestial bowls and vessels were abundantly filled with the delicacies of 100 celestial flavors. So that's the word for today, celestial, right? Celestial is something that's coming from the heaven, something that is definitely pristine, something that is very prestigious, something that you don't see every day. But now it's showering with this, right? That must mean that it's amazing. This is a wonderful, amazing opportunity. The affinities are wonderful. This is something you don't see every day, right? So this is something that you should cherish. It's probably going to happen only once in a very, very long time. So cherish it, right? So upon seeing this food or smelling its fragrance, one will naturally be full and satisfied. Amazing, right? I wish there are these food where you can see them and smell them, and then you're full and satisfied. In that world, there will be no obesity. People will not be fat, because all you do is you see the food, you smell the food, and you're full and satisfied, right? Unfortunately, that's not our world. Our world is you see the food, you smell it, and you want to eat it, and then you eat it, and you become fat. That's what this world is. Unfortunately, we don't see that. That's why it's called a celestial food, right? Celestial food. Anyway, so the theme of the day is celestial. And why is it important? Because now we know. The reason why they praise is because it's important to raise the stature so that everybody knows how important, how amazing the affinity is that we have the opportunity to learn from this person, from this Buddha. Celestial banners, celestial flags, celestial canopies, and wondrous celestial musical instruments were placed everywhere, with celestial music played to entertain the Buddha. Now, let me assure everybody, Buddha does not need entertainment. The Buddha does not need you to have all these things entertaining the Buddha. All these things were done because someone, some being, some celestial being deemed that it's very important that we should do this for the Buddha. I mean, if we look at it, right, if the president of a country is hosting the president of another big country, much bigger country, they're going to take everything out, right? They're going to show that we mean business when we are treating our, very important president from the bigger country coming to visit, right? So that's what it means. That's why they'll bring out everything. They'll bring out the best in everything, just to make sure that you know how important this person is. And that's what this portion is all about. It's not telling you all these celestial things. It's telling you that we must have our attitude checked. Are we here? Do we have the right attitude, thinking that we're here to learn? Because this is a wonderful opportunity to meet someone who is only going to be here, once every thousands of years. Are we prepared? Do we know, right? So flowers, incense, banners, flags, canopies, garments, all these things are celestial, right? I just take out the word celestial, right? I want to show you that there are all these things, and there are actually things you don't need the adjective celestial in front of them. But flowers, incense, banners, flags, canopies, garments, strings of jewels and treasures, dishes and food, musical instruments, all these things, right? It all shows, right? It's a requirement. Are you telling me the food is a requirement for Dharma? No, it's the mindset. All these things are telling you that this is a wondrous opportunity. You cannot get more of this. This is very important. Are you ready? Right? Buddha hasn't said a word yet. Buddha hasn't get around. She was just sitting there, right? People are coming to the Buddha and bowing and prostrating to the Buddha. So the Buddha hasn't said anything yet. But all these are setting the stage. All these are setting the mindset. So we are getting there, right? It's telling you this is important. It's telling you you should definitely check your mindset. Do you know that this is probably the greatest teacher of all time, of all centuries? Do you know what you're about to learn and what you're about to hear is the truth? Is the true teachings. It's something that's going to save you. It's going to save humanity. It's going to save the world. Do you know the weight? Do you know the gravity of this importance? That's what all this is talking about. The requirements for Dharma is not the celestial dishes. The requirements for Dharma is for you to understand how precious this is. The requirements for learning and teaching is so that you understand how precious this opportunity is, how we are able to learn at every moment. Do you understand the gravity of it, right? And then all of them went forth to kneel on their right knee with palms pressed together, and with one mind and one voice, they praised him in verse. So then they're going to now talk and speak and praise the Buddha in the verses that will be coming up next time. Okay, so I hope everybody sort of have a much better idea of why we're saying all these celestial things. It's really just there to show us that it's very, very important to have the right mindset. And it's very, very important so that we all get to know, we all get to see that we check our mindset, we check our attitude. Are our minds at the right place? Okay, and that's what this is about. So thank you all, and we will continue on next week. Hopefully, pick up where we left off here, and it's going to be about, well, now that you have the right mindset, what are you going to say? What kind of praises are you going to sing for the Buddha? Okay, thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Alan and Brother Joe for the great sharing and the insights on the celestial flowers and setting the right attitude and mindset. So before I call on the next sharer, can we on the video take a photo with Brother Joe? Yeah, Sister Hui Yee is here. And the rest, if you can turn your video on. All right, we shall call upon our official photographer, Sister Huang and Sister Effie.
Sister Effie, could you take it? Today I didn't on the laptop. Can Sister Effie?
Where is Sister Stephanie and Brother Jee? Okay, all right.
Already.
Can't so much. There they are. Okay, great. So next we'll call upon Sister Hui Yee. Is going to share with us a beautiful transformation. I'm sure it'll be a great sharing and look forward to that. Sister Hui Yee is from KL Selangor in Malaysia. There you go.
Thank you, Brother Chin, and very good morning to all our friends, brother and sister. So this is the first time I'm joining the English versions of sharing. So allow me to share my slide. Yeah, actually I have shared this title during the EG Fellowship in, I think not mistaken, last year or a year before last year. But I have added some, yesterday I did some slight modifications. Those have listened before, maybe you just think about, okay, now Sister Hui is going to talk about some insight of her own story. So my faith with Tzu Chi actually started in 2006, when there's time my home brother, a brother show, and myself, we actually accompany our elder daughter participating in this PCBC. So actually during that time, when I expose myself and sit there to listen to the sharing, and I start to understand the what master teaching, that nurturing environment is very important for us to bring up our own children. So because that kind of environment, it provides kindness and a positive attitude, and also as a role model. So from there, I start to learn that master always encourage us to engage in community service, and as well as the humanitarian work to develop a sense of social responsibility. This is very important, the social responsibility and empathy, not sympathy, but empathy and altruism. So I start to think back, reflect myself, whether did I do something wrong throughout the motherhood. Yeah, but after thinking and looking back, yes, during that time, my eldest was 8 years old. So meaning that I became mother for 8 years. Yeah. So what I think that, yes, I did many wrong things. The first thing that I did is that because I'm a very strict person, because I'm a lecturer. During that time, no, I'm actually doing my PhD, further my study, and I work in the private company. So I'm a very strict mother. So that's why as an elder daughter, I'm also an elder daughter in the family. I want to set a role model. And because of my this strict attitude, or characteristic, I also demanded my daughter, my elder daughter, to be a role model for her sisters. So actually, I demanded a lot. And look at this picture, you will know already. I want her to do well in her study. So when it close to the exam time, I will set question for her, even though it's in the kindergarten or this one, the standard one. So I will set a question for her to answer before her exam. If let's say she can't get all correct, this is how I did to her. So can you imagine? Of course, I will scold her, and then she will cry, and she can't stop crying. I will push her out for my house, and I will lock the door until she stop crying. This is how I treat my elder daughter. And of course, the second daughter also will be the same thing. So this one continue. And beside a strict mother, but I also need like to enjoy. So during the free time, definitely I will bring my kids for shopping and also travel. So I never bring my daughter to serve the community, to do some voluntary work. So after attending the PCBC and listening to the sharing and the master teaching, this is what I start to reflect myself. I say that I need to change. Otherwise, my daughter will be just like me when grow up, will enjoy their life, but without contributing back to the community or service to the community. So this is the added information. I just dig it out last night. So a letter of promise from 2002. This letter was written by my home brother. So during my birthday in 2002. So you see what he wrote. The first one, overseas trip once a year. Number 2, local trip once in 2 months. So you can imagine I like travel so much. And number 3 is a car equivalent to a Camry. Number 4, start looking for a bigger house. And number 5, a more relaxed time, work from 8 to 6 p.m. This is my home brother promises in 2002. Because during that time, he was setting up his own business. So no income and have to use his own saving. And that's why we are quite staggering during that time. And in 2002, I had my daughter, the eldest, and the second. And the third one is in 2003. So you can imagine how stressful we are. So that's why he wrote this promises, a letter to me during my birthday. So you remember this? And then this one, it will be continued. And then later on, I will ask everyone that whether he keep his promise or not. Okay, so once I know master teaching, we need to participate in community service, that I start to bring my daughters to serve. This is during the Sichuan earthquake. So we do the street fundraising, and as well as doing some Fujian for our Gongxiu Chu. So why? Because Master always say that we have to praise our children so that they can get many blessings. So I want them to be one who receive the praise and the blessing. Because mother are very strict at home, usually we scold them, we hardly press them. So we hope that using others, externals help so that they can get the blessing from others. So this is also another pictures that I always bring my two during that time, my eldest and my second. My third one is still young, so I will bring them for any 刺激 activity. And when they start to grow up, then I bring my youngest one to serve for this during the Jingzi Hall's setting up, and also my second daughter at the medical outreach in Sabah, and also some camp in Jingzi Hall. Because I believe that the more we do, the more we will gain. And this is later on I came across this article by Esther. So actually she raised two CEO, which is the CEO of the YouTube and 23andMe. And what she mentioned is that volunteer work were significantly less likely to engage in illegal behavior, especially for teenagers. And she said that she teach her kids to care, to make our community a better community. So he feel that instead of we just sit around doing nothing, to talking gossip, why not we always use our time wisely? So I think I have done something right by bringing my kids to join a lot of community service, and I set myself as a role model by accompanying them. So I believe that our children will not be safe if others are not safe. So that is why I would like to participate or involve myself in education missions since 2006 until now. So because I know that our children will be like a piece of the meat in a tiger's mouth. If let's say we are not saving other kids surrounding us or wider community, whenever our kids go out, we are worried about them We are worried that our kid will be kidnapped by someone, will be hit by someone, will be doing bad by other people. So that's why I involved myself in education mission, starting from PCBC, then TCJ. Su Ching, I'm not yet really involved in, but in teacher associations, as well as this one, Great Love Mother and community service. So now I'm going to talk about my turning point after 4 years involved in Tzu Chi activity. During that time, I'm actually wanted to change my career path because I was in the private company and my time is very rigid, fixed, 9 to 5. But since I'm involving in education mission, and sometimes we need to enter, especially the Great Love Mother, we have to enter school to tell the story. So, and then my time is not that flexible for allowed me to interact with the school headmaster or the teachers. So I discussed with my husband, my home brother, and my home brother says that since you have a PhD degree, why not you change your career path from industrial to become an academician? Actually, I have a long thought about this, to change my career path at the age of 40. Yeah, because during that time, I'm 40 years old. I'm thinking that is it the right time? Is it a right choice for me to change my career path? So I was struggling with the decisions to quit the job because I'm the second person in that company, which I just need to report to my boss, one boss only, and then I have my staff under me. So another thing is that, do I going to give up my hobby, which is traveling? Because working in the private company, I have quite a number of opportunity to travel. And the second time is, do I need to give up the money, meaning that I'm going to reduce my salary from the industrial to go to the academician. But because I need more flexible time, and that is why to do Tzu Chi, so that's why I decided to change my career path. Just to let you know, during the 2003 and 2009, when I was working in a private company, in the biotech company, I have a lot of traveling opportunity to train, because we are manufacturer. So to train our distributor or attending a training in overseas, like for example, in US, in Michigan, and training in this is the Siberia, training in China, and provide training to the distributor in London, and so forth and so on. So I have this opportunity to travel, work, and leisure. So I need to give up all this if I change my career path from industrial to an academicians. So these are the things that I have to give up. And what I'm not regret, once I make a decision, I say that, okay, no problem. This opportunity may come from other ways. So I quit my job. Once I become a lecturer, I start to join the teacher associations. And at the year, end of 2010, I become a commissioner. So then I start to, because I'm a lecturer, I work in the academician, so I'm lecturer. So I start to enter school. So that's why I say that I have more flexible time for me to participate in this kind of community service, which is in education. So we enter school, teacher, we provide training, sharing with the teachers in the primary school. And then I went to the secondary school to share my experience, whatever so in education with the student. You will see that a lot of secondary school we went in, and also primary school, and as well as in corporate. So this is IOI more. IOI, so invited me to share about the the vegetarianism. So I have this opportunity actually to share my experience with the especially with the students. This is my target, students and also the teachers. And in 2014, when the Hualien strike Tacloban in Philippines, then I have this opportunity to actually went to Philippines to share about Jee Say aphorisms. Because Master always says that life can be transformed through Jee Say aphorism. So I grabbed this opportunity. When the opportunity came, I grabbed this opportunity. Then I went to Philippines to participate in the humanistic lessons in Tacloban, in Ormoc City, in Manila. So several times. So times 3 means that in 2014 and 2015, I actually went to Philippines 3 times. So each time is about a week. Then someone may wonder how I can do this. I'm a lecturer, I need to teach, but where can I have this time? Just to let everyone know, university also encourage community service, especially international relationship. So I have this opportunity, I no need to take any leave. It will not cut my leave. Then I can go and provide service in the wider community, which is a global community. And I can count it as my KPI, my performance. This one we call international relationship. And that's why I grabbed this opportunity and I actually share about Jee Say aphorism with all the children in Tacloban, in Ormoc, and as well as in Manila. So during my three times traveled in Philippines, I see a lot of things, and I always take these photos and I share with all the PCBC or the TCJ classes, as well as my own children. I say that how lucky we are living in Malaysia, living in this community. So we have to cherish what we have. So I always bring this and share with my children. I even actually share with my students in the university, if let's say they invite me for some motivation talk. And I also grabbed the opportunity during the Nepal earthquake in 2015. So this is what I've seen, and I always will bring back these photos and share whichever I have this opportunity to share. And in 2016, I have a very great opportunity to perform my sabbatical leave in UK in one of the very prestigious university, which is the University of Cambridge. And I'm not just doing my sabbatical, but if let's say I have this opportunity, I will just grab. And I've been to France for the flood relief, and also to Serbia for the Syrian refugee distributions of the winter clothes. So this is what I mentioned, that in 2016, I have this great opportunity provided by my university to actually conduct my 9 months sabbatical for research in University of Cambridge. So I brought my 3 angels, so you will see. So I'm not just enjoying my life in Cambridge while doing my research. I did actually bring them to service again. From Cambridge to go to London, because Cambridge during that time, there is no city in Cambridge, but in London. You know how much I need to pay for the train tickets? Each of us close to 300 ringgit. So 4 hours, it will be 1,002 ringgit. Who want to pay that? It's so high. But I want my kids to actually serve not just the Malaysian community, but the global community, if let's say we have this opportunity. So those who are Chinese understand 许志摩 allowed me to mention in Mandarin. 史志摩在这个 Cambridge 的时候呢，曾经在康桥旁边有一块石头，写了说：“我挥挥衣袖，不带走一片云彩。”大家应该知道这是徐志摩的诗哈。Then in 2023, because of Master wish to return back to the Buddha land, so I have this opportunity to actually go to Lumbini to conduct some humanitarian lessons. So we enter school. We also conduct some training for the teachers. Yeah, we also conduct trainings on humanitarian lessons to the teachers in Lumbini. And of course, I also grabbed the opportunity to actually provide my service in this Bodhigaya, India. And then you will see that these are the humanitarian lessons and the activity. So we don't have classroom, so we have to sit open air and conduct our. This one is they are listening to the master telling the story. Yeah, we also conduct training for the teachers. We also visit each school, invite them to join our year-end blessing. We also conduct the sport days for the schools, certain schools that we are selected, and also we are also doing some distributions. In last year, I would say that I have this really great opportunity to have my 3 months research leave in Tzu Chi Hospital and also Tzu Chi University. So I did research on the finding the TCM, because we know that Pen Chaoying during COVID time, Pen Chaoying actually play quite a important role in for those who are infected by SARS-CoV-2 or having COVID-19. And I was thinking that Malaysia have a very huge infectious diseases, which is the dengue. And I have been working in the dengue research for many years. Yeah, many years. And I'm thinking that since Pen Chaoying, the TCM, the herbal tea, have so great effect on the SARS-CoV-2, why not I will just give a try to see whether Pen Chaoying have some antiviral properties against a dengue virus. So I went to Taiwan, Hualien, to conduct my research. And 3 months, even though I did not finish the research because we need to have more data. But at the initial result indicating that there is some anti-dengue activity of our Pen Chaoying. So we are now still discussing to see whether we want to alter some content of the Pen Chaoying to have these anti-dengue properties. And I also share my experience or my research finding with the students and the lecturer in TCU. Okay, now Q&A sections. So this is the letter of promise for my home brother. You can on your mic if you want. I want to be more interactive after listening to my sharing. So now I want to ask the questions. Does my home brother provide me an overseas trip once a year starting 2005? Anyone want to answer? You can just on your mic.
Yes, more than once a
Yes,
year.
more than once a year.
More than one per year. No, he bring me for the overseas trip, you know. Got or not? How
Yeah,
about
but to me,
yeah?
it's
Sister
okay.
Hui,
Yes.
probably not.
Yes.
Bring you.
Cupping know about it. How about local trip once in 2 months?
Oh, definitely no.
A car equivalent to Cambridge.
Tak tahu lah ini.
Ini tak tahu lah, yeah lah, we
Yes. That one is yes.
yeah, we bought a BMW. So but it's second-hand. It's not a new car. It's second-hand. So my home brother said that, oh, I promise you a car equivalent to Camry. So I can just buy any car, whether it's second-hand, third-hand, as long as it's equivalent to a Camry. So we bought a BMW and start looking for a bigger house. I'm still saying I'm still living in the old house and more relaxed time, work from 8 to 6. This is
Definitely not.
definitely no. By looking at where he is now, he's now in US. So attending a UN assembly, UN conference.
So Sister Hui Yee, so she fulfilled everything lah. You look at it. The vote was simply a local trip. It was with you, right? Some of the trips.
Yeah, so actually I have to thank him. He maybe he's not more flexible, more relaxed time, but he's now more busy. Start looking for a bigger house. I think the house that we have right now is big enough for us. So, but the first and
No, Sister Hui Yee,
yes,
no, the bigger house you're referring to is a bigger home.
yeah, bigger home. Yes, it's a global, not it just in our very small Xiao Ai also is now a great love. So I can travel all over the world to provide my expertise. Yeah, I would say that the beside the number 5, which is more relaxed, I would say that more flexible time, not say a relaxed time, but it's a more flexible time. So I would think that actually, because I listen to him, he has better wisdom compared to me. So I changed my career path in 2010. This is what I have, that I provide my professional service to the country. I'm very touched because you know, when I study I'm from a single parents family. So when I study my master and PhD, actually the country provide me the scholarship. So sorry. So I always want to pay back to my country. So during COVID time, there is a very hard time for our country for many people. But because I'm the virologist, that I take this opportunity and say I want to service to my beloved country. So actually I went into and I have to wear the PPE and I have to stay in the lab for 5 or 6 hours without knowing that the SARS-CoV-2 is so infectious. Whether I will be infected, I do not know. So I just say that this is a time for me to pay back. And I love this country very much. So this is what I did during the, before COVID. I also start to share my expertise in the media. And during COVID time, I have been invited for, I think, more than 200 times to appear on the media. This is all FOC, yeah. So I didn't get any pay. So even I need to put in my own petrol, I need to pay the toll to go to the radio station and also the TV station. And because of this opportunity, I have this great honor to be recruited by WHO Malaysia Country Office as a consultant. I never thought about this when I first quit my job, changed my career path to be an educator. And because of my contributions to the community, to Malaysia, so in 2022, I was awarded the Woman of Excellence Award by this called Malaysian Chinese Women Entrepreneur Associations. And I think Brother Robert always said that this is a lovely photos. So all of this would not be happen if I have not changed my career path in 2010. During my service as academicians, I think you see that I travel, but another way of traveling, not just travel for the leisure, but travel to service the community, global community. And of course, during my service as academicians, I perform well So I have quite a number of research grant, which I able to use my research grant to present my research finding in many countries. So I travel as well, but for other purpose for other purpose. So all this will not be happen if, let's say, I'm not joining Tzu Chi. Then I will be just travel around the world, wasting my own time without nothing, just see the beautiful scenic. My home brother always tell me, you can just watch National Geography if you just want to see the beautiful scenic. Or nowadays you can just get any from the social media. You can just you can just see whatever that you want to see from the social media. You want to see snowing, you want to see a beautiful country, scenic, you can just go on the social media and then you can enjoy. But that is not what we want. We want to use our time, our money wisely. So we need to provide our service to those community that is in need. And this is one of the most precious moments of my life. I have this great opportunity after my, you see, I became a commissioner in 2010. I don't have any opportunity to take a picture together with my master. And last year, because I have this opportunity to perform my research leave in Tzu Chi University and Tzu Chi Hospital, and my home brother was there, sharing about the activity in Buddha land. Then my home brother actually invited me to join them with the sharing with master, and someone requested to take a group photo. And this is a great opportunity for me to stand beside master to take this very memorable photo. This is my sharing until today. Thank you so much to everyone for listening to my sharing. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sister Hui Yee, for the wonderful sharing. And I'm sure that all of us have learned a lot from your sharing and this journey of life. If I may, Sister Hui Yee, when you went through this period of transformation, I'm just trying to understand that what is it that within inside you that triggers you to take on this journey? What is that special moment that's inside you? I say, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Because in 2010, I know that at the end of 2010, I will become a commissioner. So as master, everyone knows that become a commissioner is not a graduation. It's a start of your responsibility, not just to the Tzu Chi, but to the whole community. And not just to community in Malaysia, but it's global community. So this is what my home brother said, that because if you're working in the industry, it will be tied up. Your time will be tied up. You need a more flexible time. And many people knows that I'm not saying that working in the government, you are very free, okay? But because I'm in education and you know that university always encourage their staff to be part of the community, to service a bigger community, not just service teaching, giving lecture to your student. This is not what the university wants. Many people maybe have a very old mindset that working in the government, you are very relaxed and you are just teach your student. But no. So it depends on the individual. As you say that during my sharing, I went to Philippines. I actually Philippines 3 times, which is I'm no need to apply leave. Okay, this is community service. And I went to Nepal earthquake. This is also community service. But of course, I have to use up my own pocket money to buy the flight tickets and then to pay for my lodging. But I no need to take leave. Okay, and that is counted in my KPI, For my promotion, that for my, I just got my professorship promotion last year. And the promotion also look at your community service, your visibility. Your visibility not just in Malaysia, they want a global visibility because you're going to bring the name of the university in the globally. So everyone will know that, wow, you have a very great staff that dedicated her time, her effort in providing service to the bigger community, not just in the student community.
That's wonderful. That's your home brother's position as the deputy CEO in any way influence you in doing this?
Because I know, he will not say really influence me, but he will share with me a vision. This is what he shared with me, a vision. You cannot just see what you have right now. You have to prepare for your future. You do not know. If let's say in 2010, I didn't change my career path to become a scientist to work in the virus research, in 2020, when the COVID struck us, I don't have this opportunity to provide my service to the country. Actually, I have to thank some of the brother and sister who made a donation, because during that time, UPM hospital just set up. We have the lab, but we don't have all the equipment, the facilities. And I have to thank some of the my close brother and sister, which I requested them to support me by donation. So they donate, and actually I managed to buy the necessary equipment. So within 3 weeks, we set up the SARS-CoV-2 detection lab. And I was one of the first person have to enter to the lab to process a sample. Yeah. My home brother then taught me. My home brother said that, go ahead, this is what you need to do. Yeah.
Right, fantastic. So was this the lab in the Sungai Buloh hospital?
In his hospital UPM.
Okay.
Hospital UPM, but we are providing service from the sample they collected from Sungai Buloh, because they have a lot of backlog samples, and backlog sample they are unable to process it, and then quite a number of patients have to wait 3 to 4 days in order for them to get the result. So that's why we start our services in 2nd of April. You know, we closed down March 18, right? March 18. So within 2 weeks, I set up the lab, but we had to use 1 week to have this competency training to make sure that we are competent. The result that we produce is accurate, is valid. So we take 1 week to do this simulation service of sample receiving, sample processing, and come up with the result, validate the result. Once everything is in place, then we start our service.
I understand that one of the first COVID test lab was set up in Sungai Buloh at that time. And I was involved in setting up of that lab during that time. Yeah.
Okay. It's a lab, is it? The detection lab?
COVID test lab, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wonderful, Sister Hui Yee. You're an inspiration to all of us. And how should I say, Professor Hui Yee?
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Also, I need to thank to actually the opportunity for me to service in Tzu Chi, and that is why one of the requirement for my promotion is actually community service. Plus,
Robert is giving the thumbs up, you know.
Government recognition.
Always wonderful, especially the last slide, the photo. You know, your home brother is so fortunate to be surrounded by 4 beautiful sisters, ladies or sisters, you know. Always very heartwarming to see that picture. You know, this beautiful family is not easy to have. You know, this wonderful family. Yeah, you are so blessed, Sister Hui Yee.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think all this is accumulated karma. Yeah, good. Keep it up. Yeah.
Thank you, brother. And just for your information, my elder sister this year are patient, so hopefully by end of the year she will become a commissioner.
Good. We have the next generation in line.
Yes, the next generation.
Excellent. Okay, again, Sister Hui Yee, for the wonderful and heartfelt sharing. All right, next we move on to Brother G. Brother G is going to share with us the beauty of group cultivation. Just the information, Brother G, she's a home brother to Sister Stephanie, and there you are, the lovely couple. And so we look forward to Brother G, who's been with us overseas searching for a while now. So platform all yours.
Okay, thank you, Brother Chin.
Hi.
And thank you, Sister Hui Yee, for such a lovely and inspiring sharing. I think your journey has been definitely served as a very good role models to many of our Tzu volunteers. We look forward to hear many more great success in the coming futures. All right. So it's really feeling very nice that I was invited back again in this platform. So thank you, Sister, what they call Sister Su Ching, for inviting me back here again. All right. Let me do my share my PPT. Okay. Okay.
Brother G, before you share,
Can you see my PPT?
yes. Brother G, before you share,
Yeah.
I just got a special moment here that I
Come
need
and help
to.
me share that.
Okay, so Brother
Yes.
G,
We need to do a
Brother G,
proper
wait.
celebration.
if everyone can on the videos, I just want to announce that today is Brother G's birthday.
Wow. 18th birthday.
It's
Or
actually
28th.
Brother G's birthday, and we got
Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, brother.
Ôi, chị à, thưa. Wait, ông ơi,姐姐还可以说。哎，姐姐听。
Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, brother.
Okay.
So, Brother G, just to let you know that your birthday celebration has gone all the way to the UK. We got we got a Sunday as well, Kevin, and we got a Sita
Wait, I forgot.
across the world.
爸爸生日快乐。Sorry, guys. Sorry.
And not to, and also we also have the honor of Brother Joe celebrating with you as well, Brother G.
Oh, I saw my son,
Yes, your son is there.
Hello, happy birthday.
Your daughter
Masita,
as
my
well.
daughter as well. Thank you, everyone. It's such a wonderful experience, surprises. So I think I should end my sharing.
Yes, you can now begin your sharing.
Wait.
Shall we take a group photo?
Yeah, take a good photo, please.
Yeah.
Okay, a group photo again for with the birthday boy.
So I can blow, right?
Maybe wishes. Wish.
Yeah, I wish everybody.
Sister Julie, you bake the cake for Brother G, is it?
No lah.
Huh? No.
I like this was what do you say? Everybody 家庭幸福 then 开开心心每一天。All right，感恩大家。
Okay.
Gather brothers and sisters, gather brother Chin, gather brother Joe, and brother Sister Su Ching. Happy birthday.
Happy. Thank you very much.
All right. So,
So where do I go to my PPT?
Okay, come back, come back.
okay, your slide is on, but you're muted. All right, here goes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. My sharing today is the beauty of group cultivations. I don't know. I don't know whether these topics is relevant, but I hope it will be related to what I'll be sharing later. Sorry. If it's not, then please bear with me. Okay. Okay. So, what do you think about this photo? Beautiful ducks, right? Calm and peaceful. But do we actually really think about what is actually beneath the water in order for the ducks to continue to remain calm, continue to remain peaceful, and to move around? Okay. Yeah, it's always a lot of hard work behind. All right. I put out these two photos because I want to dedicate this to Sister Su Ching, and also to all the team members. That we have these sessions week in, week out. Sometimes we take it for granted that every time there will be somebody to share, and there will be somebody to conduct the meetings. But actually, behind the scene there are a lot of people putting a lot of hard works and dedications. I'd like to share my personal experience with Sister Su Ching about these particular episodes. I still remember early October when I was asked to do a sharing, and right after the sharing, and she texted me and she said, "Oh, thank you very much, brother, and your sharing was such a inspiring this and that." And then, oh, of course, it made me feel very nice. Then at the same time, then she said, "Okay, we'd like to book you 15th of March 2025 for your next sharing." So my first reaction is, "Ayo, ini perempuan abangnya pandai." Okay, uh, and sharing in the public is never been my forte, something that I'm good at. So my first reaction is I want to say no to her. But at the same time, I also felt very bad to say no, because of her what they call her dedications, and because of her sincerity in making things getting things moving, and she has to plan what speakers or sharers 5 months in advance. So I say yes to her. All right. And so I really want to say thank you again, Sister Su Ching, and all her teammates, okay, that are who serve in these platforms for all the dedications and perseverance. Okay. So because of this sharing, and I have to share these words, procrastinations. Okay. Why I want to share this? Okay. So since I decided, committed that I will do a sharing today, so it was 5 months in ahead. So I always say, yeah, definitely I can find something to share. The 5 months is more than enough time for me to prepare, right? So in October, I thought, yeah, that was the month that I did my last sharing. So I think there's nothing I should do, right? Then come November. So I thought of, then it must be still a long way to go, Then December is all public holidays and all festive moods, right? Then come January, and so many meetings, and especially in the office that I need to prepare for New Year budgets and things like that. So again, become very busy in January, and when it comes February, again it's Chinese New Year celebrations. So I thought still have time, Then come March, then Sister Su Ching again texted me, "Hey brother, don't forget about our dates, 15th of March." Okay. So I say, yeah, don't worry. But I don't know what to share yet. Say, no problem. I think you do so many things in recycling. So even on recycling a subject by itself, and you can talk every week, So I thought, yeah, I thought maybe that was true, So I waited again. And then last week, and she texted me again. So what is the topic? So I say I haven't started yet. Okay. And finally, I have to get things moving, and I forced myself, and I started to sit down and prepare on last Thursday. Okay, I want to tell everybody. I used to tell my children, okay, that when you study, please don't do last minute works. Okay, don't wait until exam day only to start preparing for your homeworks. Okay, and so I keep telling them, but never will they know their daddy actually is the biggest procrastinator. Okay, so I really thank this grateful for this opportunity and this sharing sessions, because Sister Su Ching, you wake me up. Okay, procrastinations kill. Okay, if any one of you have this problem, please page it. Okay, all right. The next slide I want to share is transformations. Okay, many of you know that my home sister, I think I'm more popular known as Stephanie's husband, my home sister. She joined this regularly, this Saturday platform, and also there's this Swin Fasiang groups in the morning. And every time she join, and then she will come out, and then she will tell me this, okay, oh daddy, the sharing today is so good, so good, so good. It's always so good, so good. And then how kantong, the kantong. Okay, and this sharer talk about this, and that sharer talk about it, and every day. So politely, so of course I listen, right? But sometimes I also get very annoyed, because how can it be every day so good, so good, so good, huh? Right. So that is how I feel about the sharing, the what they call her involvements in the Xin Fasiang groups on these Saturdays. But I also noticed that very often that she complains that there's so much of work, and she also stressed with people with many issues and things like that. Sometimes I also don't have an answer for her, but every time, despite the works that she has to work very late, she wake up very early morning and she joined this Xin Fasiang group. And every time after the sharing is like total transformation. Okay, that she becomes so energetic. She's like a recharge, a battery recharge. They're a totally different person. So I start to pay a little bit attention of what is all about in these Xin Fasiang groups and these Saturday sharings. There were also times that we have differences in opinions. We have argument. Sometimes can be quite a little bit heated. Then so, well, I say since we don't have a solution, then we don't talk about it. Maybe we talk about it the next day or whatever. But deep inside my heart, I was just thinking that, well, how am I going to talk to her, change my tactics and things like that, so that I can talk her over and what do you call, convince her to see things from my point of view. Okay, but never will I know after the morning sessions. Before I could tell her anything, it was a total transformation with so much of wisdom, and she seems to find what you call answers to many of the unsolved issues. Okay, and many of times she even come and apologize to me. In fact, I feel many of the times it's not her fault, but she even can put herself down and come. So I get a little bit more interested, and I want to pay a little bit more attention to this, even though I'm pretty lazy that I didn't join this type of sharing, but I pay a little bit more attention to what her sharing about, what other sharer talk about and things like that. Okay, and I really find these platforms really bring positive impacts to her, and directly to me and our relationship as a whole. All right. And I will just pick out the few that I still can remember to share with everybody. Huh? Okay. Okay. I think this sharing is by Sister Elfie, right? She talked about serve at the same time must focus on cultivation. All right. What she meant was when we serve in such activities, it's very important that we must also focus and reflect ourselves that we must also grow by cultivations. Okay. We see many volunteers, we see many people, me including, that we are so active and we get involved in so many activities. We thought we are very good because we serve a lot, but without realizing that we don't reflect on ourselves, then we don't put what they call cultivations on ourselves that are along the way. Unfortunately, we create many bad affinity with many peoples. All right. So I think it's a very good reminder to me that that we must always reflect on ourselves. All right. That we must never put our personal ego, our emotions, and our personal feelings above others. All right. Quite often we take it for granted that we say we are serving the industry, we are serving the community, we are serving the mankind. So what we do, we expect others to accommodate us. All right. So I think this Sister Effie, what they call sharing, really good reflections to me that we must always put what? Can you see these words? We must put the I, the me, the self as small as possible, because very often our head getting bigger and bigger, then we become very arrogant. Okay. So this is one of the sharing Sister Elfie. Not only that she benefited, I think I benefited the most. That it could have a good reflection on me. Right. Okay. The next sharing is I like to share is that I like very much about this quotes by, I believe it's by Brother Chin, that we must learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay. I still remember that when she talked to me about this and she get very excited about this. Today our Brother Chin share about this, learn, unlearn, and relearn. Okay. And she was so expired to that she want to unlearn so many things, okay, about her negative habitual tendencies. So deep inside my heart, I was just thinking, yes, please. Yeah, so many things for you to unlearn. Okay, better unlearn as much as possible, so that I have less problem with her. Okay, so that was how I feel, and that was how my first thoughts are. That please unlearn as many as possible, so that I have less problem with her. But when I think a little bit deeper, okay, it is not referring to her, but actually it's referring to me. Okay, that and that for a long time, due to my own probably laziness, that I have not learned enough. Okay, I have not learned as much as I wish to be, and because of my own ignorance and because of my own probably arrogant, I don't know what to unlearn or what to relearn. Okay, okay, it's just like the picture there, what they call a glass of bottles, that when it's full, so no matter how much of water you continue to pour, it will not go in. It just show up, right? So I think this learn, unlearn, and what you call relearn, it's really strike me very well. That this is like what some人 always say, 要做中学，学中觉，要觉中悟。We learn, we are learning by doing. Then we realize by our learning, and hopefully we can what you call and enlighten through our realizations. Okay, so thank you, Brother Chin, since you're on the line, okay, of Sister Elfie and many others sharers that I didn't pick up on this because of the time constraint. Okay, then I'd like to share another story about this particular. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay. 大智若愚, right? I don't know what you understand about this word 大智若愚. So this is a direct translation. Say great wisdom always appears like foolishness. Okay. And I always tell this to my home sister, my wife, that you know, uh, wise people don't have to tell people anything about what they know. Okay. And you don't have to every time offer your opinions and tell everybody what you know and what you know about this and that. Okay, you must always remember that to say I don't know. Okay, so and I always tell her, that because quite often I notice that she seems to know everything. All right, so I keep telling her, please take notes about this. You must always remember that to say I don't know. Okay. So quite some times ago, and she came and talked to me, and she said, "Hey, Daddy, I want to ask you something about your opinion." Okay, huh? Okay, I want to ask you something about your opinion, huh? Something this and this. So I say, yes, you want to ask my opinion, right? Okay. So of course, I gave her my suggestions on how to handle things. But before I tell her anything about that, I give her a long lecture. All right. Then come one times and she said, "Oh, thank you, Daddy. Your idea was so good and it was so helpful and I managed to solve things and things like that." So come one time, come two times, come three times, and many times. Okay, and then I start to realize that not only that she asked me about things, she asked me some very simple things. That hey, what do you think? Where to buy this? Where to do this? How to do this? Even ask me about vegetables or which vegetable is better, which fruit is better. So I sometimes I get, well, I felt so, the head getting bigger and bigger. I say, hey, don't worry, you don't need to do, okay, I do it for you. Then suddenly I say, hey, wait a minute. Uh, now looks, who is smarter now? Who is this? What you call 大智若愚? Okay. So I start to think, wow, I think it's not that she is very stupid that she doesn't know the answer, but it's basically she's trying to put herself that I don't know. Okay, they keep asking me about this and that, so that I come and I feel that I'm so good that I can offer so much of suggestions, insights to her and what to handle. All right. So I really feel very thankful that, that we have this opportunity that we can actually grow and cultivate and progress together. And recently, after one of the Xun Fa Xiang session, she told me that Master said there's this what they call 新年快乐, to say 新年快乐. And so she was very funny, that she showed her actions and then she looked so happy. So I say, yeah, thank you very much. 新年快乐. Okay. Then I thought that was during Chinese New Year, right? So she did it one day and she did it a second day. I thought, hey, already say so many times already. She said, no. This is a blessing for ourselves. This is also a blessing to others. And then she continued. Even after Chinese New Year over, she still say, and as she do, she brings joys and she cheer me out, okay, in the early mornings. And so I start to to think, look at her, and I start to think, well, I think she have really transformed so fast and so much, okay, that I really have to, what do you call, back up myself. If not, I will be chased out, okay, pretty soon. So so I also have to start to learn a little bit more so that I can continue to progress, or else I won't be able to cope with her pace in the near future, right? Right? And I look back about this particular platform. It started off with as a very small group of people that do sharing, Dharma sharings, and now it has expanded to international platforms that it provide an opportunity for so many people, not only in Malaysia, for all over the world, coming together supporting each other, sharing wisdom with each other, become a teacher to each other, that we learn from each other's, and most important, I think it bring positive impact to many people. All right. And I'd like to dedicate my sincerest thanks and respect to all the team members, Brother Chin, Sister Su Ching, Effie, and Julie, and many others inside, because I'm one of the biggest beneficiary of this platform, Though I didn't join, but through my home sister, that she has transformed so much that I have actually learned so much from her. All right, so I think it's really a wonderful and lovely platforms that can put so many people together, and they all cultivate and grow at the same time. All right, and Master always tells us, nothing is impossible with confidence, perseverance, and courage. And Sister Su Ching and all your team members and many of the participants, you have demonstrated that this is possible. All right. To be my birthday today, so I want to dedicate this to my late mother for her dedications and love. Okay. I really miss you, mother.
Yeah, indeed, Brother G. Today is the suffering day of all mothers when
Okay.
they are having their birthday,
Okay.
isn't it?
So
Yeah.
So I really
Good
miss
dedication.
my mother, and there's always this somewhere in here that will be here for forever. Okay. Thank you for this opportunity to do a sharing. And I think I have a little bit of time, so I need to do a little bit of advertisements. Since I'm in recycling activities, and so in conjunction with our 30th anniversary, and we are organizing Su Chi Blogging Day on this 29th of June 2025. Okay, we organized quite a number of this blogging last year in 2024, and we find this to be something very interesting, very fun activities. All right, most, if not all, the people who join truly enjoy the activities. Not only that it's fun, but I think we also notice that it's very meaningful, because you can do exercise at the same time, protecting the environment. All right. We also notice that it really, what they call, increase the exposures for us, and allow many publics get to know about us. Right. In Cheras, in one of the occasions, there's one tata, and he see some of our volunteers going around cleaning out the areas. He was so impressed and so touched that he bought coffee for all our volunteers. And there's this, what they call, shop owners in Subang Jaya. So he was so touched that I invited all our volunteers to come back for a treat, free flow of coffee in his coffee shops. All right. By walking to the neighborhoods, these activities actually also, what they call, allow us to engage with people from a different communities, different races. All right, and we also see quite a good and well coverage for our activities. I think one of the what do you call, residents in Bukit Jelutong, he was so impressed that he put in her in their, what you call, community chat group, that I was deeply moved to see a group of Tzu Chi volunteers taking out trash by the lake in the park. And it was also a good opportunity that they bring along children, because protecting the environment starts from a young age. So come 29 June 2025, you will see thousands of volunteers leading thousands of publics. All right, we'll flood the whole KL Selangor streets. Go blogging, go green. All right. So, brother and sister, we can count on you, right?
Yes.
29 June, we will see all of you. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see, maybe see. Okay, lastly, I have one more slide to share with everybody. Okay, 信己无私，信人有爱. We must always have faith in whatever we do, and we do it selflessly. Okay, thank you very much for listening to me.
Brother Jee, for the great sharing. You know, as you went on sharing, I noticed that obviously Sister Stephanie obviously share a lot with you. So your key message that I learned, Brother Jee, is listen to your wife.
Yeah. The best advice.
Yes, and I can understand that. And so actually, maybe I would like to hear from maybe Sister Stephanie. But not the Brother Jay shared her part. Maybe you can, from your perspective, give us maybe a different angle of
And there's so much beauty.
what you see from that.
Right. Actually, the title is The Beauty of Group Cultivation. Of course, as husband and wife of home brother, home sister is 同修, we call it 同修. And truly, that's the beauty of it. Because I am just learning from so many of brothers and sisters. And every day after the session, I just want to share what I have learned because it's really so wondrous. Master is guiding us every day. And to share it with the one closest to me, that's the best thing I feel actually. And little did I know, he say he's the biggest beneficiary, but it is true, right? So this is verifies that we can be great Dharma teachers, even though we are imperfect, as what Brother Joe said just now. So long we are sincere, and so long we are, I think we cherish the teachings, the true teachings from our true teacher so much. It is definitely worth to share it out to whoever who is willing to listen. Yeah. And I have literally, when I was he asked me to help him edit the PPT, and I said, hey, why your PPT is not about you, it's about me. But it's not about me also, right? At the end, it is about all of us helping each other, one another, to grow our wisdom life together, because we're all on this path. And we have a great teacher, we have a great teachings, and we are correcting, self-correcting, see ourselves clearer and self-correcting along the way. And we are always very grateful to have role models, truly blessed to have Brother Chin, Brother Robert, Sister Su Ching, and all the sisters and sisters. I cannot ever mention enough. Just feel with so much gratitude for all of you. Canon to dear Master as our greatest benefactor. Canon.
You know, that maybe trigger a thought that maybe Brother Robert can look into this. You know, one of the things that I always wondered, and so also hearing the learnings from all of you, one that in some ways that I deeply into was Sister Eunice as well, that I mentioned once to her, around once in the sharing. The cultivation is 24 hours a day, including when we are sleeping. So maybe I'm not sure what Brother Robert thinks, and I'm just wondering how we can take on some of this practical sharing into a platform for people to learn. I mean, we learn a lot obviously about the Dharma and things like that, but is this practical experiences, which are the skillful means of how they are transformed? So what do you think, Robert?
Sleeping meditation definitely is out for me. Once I sleep, is 100% I will sleep. Yeah, yeah. But I think, always feel great to listen to all the sharers lah in this platform, and especially today, to hear Brother G's very touching sharing, together with the home sister and Sister Hui Yee. So it's always very heartwarming lah, and very inspiring lah, to feel this joyfulness lah, this joyfulness I think is really money, not any amount of money can buy lah, this joyfulness lah. You can have all the money in the world, but this happiness and joyfulness is, I think, truly, you're blessed lah, Sister Stephanie and Brother G, so envy, two of you, having such a, lovely and good family. Yeah, Kanan so much. And Brother Jin, great hosting, Kanan.
Well, is there any question? Are there any questions from anybody that anybody would like to ask Brother G together with the better half, whom he listens very well to? Okay, so for all the brothers, remember, please listen to your home sister. Okay, and for your home sisters, we better
Listen to the home brothers.
sisters.
Listen to Sangren. Home sister,
because
listen to Sangren.
I listen to the home brother. Home brother actually
Yeah,
listen
home brother
to
listen to the home sister listen to Sangren. Nothing will go wrong like that. The world will be very peaceful.
Well, for
Good one, brother. Good one, brother Robert.
whatever you do, practice uncomplainingly. Okay, and you'll be very peaceful. Okay, so right, Kanan so much everybody, and as we come to the end of this session, again, Brother G, a very happy birthday to you. And how old are you? Oh, you're muted.
Okay, go.
Okay, I'm 59.
59 is still a young man.
young man, huh?
Not
Yeah.
very old.
Not very
Not very
old,
old.
but not young.
Yeah.
Yeah, still young man. So next year will be your year.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We celebrate together. Su Ching's 60th anniversary.
Wow,
Oh, you are
yeah.
same age. Yeah, same
Yeah.
age with City Foundation.
Same age, 1966. Okay, good. 1966.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So that's what we have for this Saturday session. And so coming to all the sharers, from Brother Joe to Sister Hui and Brother G, not forgetting, but and the family as well, on this wondrous Saturday, and also a very special day for Brother G and the family. It was Brother G's birthday. Sorry. So as we end this session, wish you a very
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
a wonderful weekend and a week ahead. So we offer 3 vows as we end this session. To the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. First vow of reverence. Second vow of devotion. Third vow with gratitude for the Buddha Dharma. We also offer a vow to both masters. Vow. Okay, all right. Thank you for this wonderful Dharma family, and I'll see you next Saturday.
Kanan, Master Chin.
Kanan very chill.
Kanan everybody.
Everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
感恩大家。
Happy birthday, 哎，那个儿子
Thank you.
哦
Blessed birthday, Brother G. Sister Hui Yee, 感恩 so much. Wonderful sharing.
Thank you, thank you. First time you're listening?
Yes, yes.
Oh, yes, I thought you will be listening in the EG fellowship before. No, right?
Didn't join the other time, so good opportunity. Yeah, thank you, 感恩 so much. Happy
Bye.
birthday, Brother G, again.